Hello friends and welcome to lesson 16, and in this lesson we will create SessionHelper class and we will also create the employee mapping file. So right click on the SessionHelper, then new, then class, name this to SessionHelper. We do this because as you all know that in our last tutorial Fusion First we had created some objects, configuration session factories which we need to call Hibernate functions, but we need this session on multiple classes, so we are not going to write this configuration session factory every time in each class. Instead we will create a session helper and we'll fetch the session from this session helper class. So create your first object of configuration, and remember it should be from org.hibernate.cfg, otherwise it will give you an error. And initially put a null value. Same with the session factory interface, it should be also from the org.hibernate package, and fill null to it. Then third is a session, it should also be from the same package Hibernate, put value null to it. Now create a constructor, because we want that each time when we create this session helper object, the constructor calls automatically. So that's why we are going to put this in constructor. Write session helper. Now configuration equals new configuration, then session factory, this object equals configuration dot configure. This will access your hibernate.cfg XML dot build session factory. That's it. Now write function to fetch the session, type public, and because we want to retrieve session from here, we will type return type to session and we'll name this get session. Now type session, this one, equals session factory dot open session. This will open your session and we will return this session. So your get session function will return your current session. Now let's create the mapping file. Right click on the resources, then new, then other, then hibernate hbm.xml, click next, add your class, and our class name is employee, type employee, and our project name is employee.src. We have two classes here in the whole workspace. The first one from the Fusion First source, it's a different project. We are working with the employee project, so we will choose this employee. Click next, okay, then click next, next. Your mapping file is ready. Here is your employee.hbm. Drag this to the resources. Now change your generator class to increment, because we want the application to generate employee ID by its own. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next.